All right, we're back from our commercial break, and we're privileged to have a legendary figure in the early years of the Field Softball League. Actually,
I'm not legendary now.
not in the Deal League anymore. Louis Batash, actually, his name is on the initial year, 1976, Jaws team.
Jaws. Any mystery?
Louis, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us your recollection of the early years of the league.
Well, you know how the Deal League started. I don't know if you know how it started because I was there on ground floor. I was there on ground floor. The way it started was in 1975. Deal Synagogue just opened up. Deal Synagogue just opened up, and there was about 30, 40, 50 families in the community that used to go to Deal Synagogue. Very close, very nice. We used to have picnics together and things like that. Well, the fathers at the time challenged the sons, and there was about 12, 15 kids between the ages of maybe 13 and 17 or something like that, to a father and son softball game. One game, Memorial Day, on Phillips Avenue, where they park the cars now near the tennis court, near the casino, and we just played a game. And it was hysterical. The wives came, the girls came, picnics, barbecue, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful day that the next year...
Hey, talking to the mic, we can't hear you.
Rabbi Mivarach.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, let's start a league. And we started, I don't know if there were 4 teams or 6 teams, it was so long ago, but we had a league and it just grew from there. Rabbi Mivarach ran it for a while.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah. The commissioner in the early years.
That's an unbelievable story.
That's the truth, that's how
I
it started.
never heard that
That's how the league started. Yeah, 1975. It just,
I'm sure you remember his father was a legendary figure in the early years, RBJ.
Oh, who's your father? I'm sorry.
Ronnie Jemal.
Good ball player.
Good ball player.
Good ball player.
Outfielder.
Actually, I don't remember. But I probably.
When he said good ball player, we knew he didn't remember that.
I'm like, no, you're thinking of someone else.
But, you know, the ironic for the early years of the league, I mean, you know, we talk about it now.
They were great. Eddie Mystery and David Swag and
Classic.
I think my team had Jackie had it on the team and me and
Well, your cousin was certainly in the league.
Elliot started from day one like I did. And
It looks like you had Rabbi Raymond Data. Sports Center.
Not a rabbi in those days.
BR, before Rabbi.
Yes. And
Mike Fallis.
Michael Red Fallis,
oh, he's a great center
Red
fielder.
Fallis was a pioneer.
Mark Safdie, center fielder.
He's a filmmaker now. I
Yes.
see him every so often.
Yeah.
He makes us a film.
Actually, the Safdies were great ball players. Mark
Matter of
Safdie.
fact, I call Bucky. I keep calling him Bucky because nobody has called me Bucky for 30 years.
Sam had it. Jackie had it.
Yeah, the Had It boys. David had it.
David had it.
Yeah.
Sammy DeWack. Victor Chira.
Victor Chira
David
played
Beebe.
shortstop.
Wow.
The Beebs. Yeah.
Morris Asher.
Morris Asher, right?
Ronnie Manesh, that
He was
catcher.
catching.
That's
Mars
where I
Limp
got-
Asher.
Remember Mort?
Woody Hirschman.
That's where I got this.
Of course.
I thought it was so cool. I said, Mort does it. What the hell, you know? Mort's good enough for Mort. It's good enough for me.
You remember Gunther?
Gunther, I don't know.
Umpire.
Oh, okay, man. But Red Nesser, Red was a class. He's still
Actually,
playing.
Red is the only player who has never missed in the 36 years. Never missed a year.
Red played first base then.
Oh, he was
had the-
outfield. He was
he
a
had
great
the
player.
Corvette. He had the vet then. Yeah.
Wow.
He was a great player.
I gotta see some videotape of.
There's no video. It was before
nothing.
videotape.
I'm hearing these stories of Red hitting the ball in the
Red was a
street
player.
onto
Red
Ocean Avenue.
How about Storefront, another classic character.
Storefront, great ball player. Yeah,
He was
great ball
another
player.
one, so.
Great nickname.
Yeah.
Great ball player. Yeah.
Cassins, Bobby.
And then you had
Cassins
Charlie
had a
Saka
big-
and
I
Marvin
think we gotta get
Saka.
this place a
Marvin
little
was
rowdy.
hitter. I agree. Charlie was a great pitcher. Who else?
Let's not forget Mr. Ronnie Elway also. Was, those
Elway
early
boys.
days.
Elway boys. Well, they were related to the Bras.
Exactly.
Then you had the Bras, Jackie Elliott, and Richie Braha.
She had 14.
Richie Braha.
So now tell us now, you've been retired numerous years.
Retired.
Well, from the Deal League.
Oh, so if I'm not in the deal league, you're retired. It's non-existent.
Well, why don't you give us an update on the Grapefruit League? What's going on down there?
They're
And
killing me.
who's the big players on it?
We won the championship. My team won the championship.
Very nice.
So if you want to play our team against your championship team, I'm sure we can
I'll try to
arrange that.
I'll try to see if I can get some players interested.
Interesting. We've done our All-Stars versus your All-Stars.
That's a disaster.
Beat you every year.
Well, you know what? We beat you about 4 years ago. greatest show. My team that won the Brooklyn Championship about 4 or 5 years ago came and played your championship team, and we beat you.
Wow.
What network was that aired on?
That was on ESPN 8, the Ocho. The Ocho.
I don't know what championship that team was, but a lot of those guys have been banned from the league. I don't know. Obviously, we're not the cream of the crop.
No.
But anyway, you guys are still. Tell us, this year was a tough year for you guys. You lost.
You know what? It really wasn't.
Right, ended up. You got to give guys
in the
credit.
beginning, we were lost. Yeah, I gotta say, we lost 10, 12 of our top guys. That's 2 men per team. It was a hit. But you know what? The year turned out very, very nice. We did borrow some of your ideas with the video, and we had a great time with that. I used to do the video like you guys did, and we had a great time.
Commercials. I mean, basically, you stole everything from us, but that's okay.
You say steal, we say borrow.
You borrowed it.
We were dealing with somatic. But Sammy S. as a commissioner did a wonderful job this year. He really did a great job, and he pulled the league together, and he worked hard. I didn't do it, and he worked his ass off.
Right. So now,
by the way, I'm very proud of my brother for winning the championship. Is this the first time in Brooklyn deal history where brothers have won?
Oh, that could be.
Let's look it up. Go to Eli Sports, bro. Look it up. I know you have a contract with them.
Yeah, it's one of our departments. YMSL headquarters. So tell us now, is there?
Fast headquarters.
Tell us now. There's been a big campaign to sort of retrieve some of those Brooklyn guys. I know a lot of the commercials are based on the commuting issue and whatnot. What are the chances you think some of the key guys are going to come back?
I'm hearing some rumblings. I don't know anything for sure, but I'm hearing things that a few of the guys. Not that your league isn't. Your league it's a damn good league. It's just that it's a lot of travel.
Right.
It's a lot of going back and forth and things like that. So people are thinking, look, when everything changes when February comes around, everybody gets excited over softball, and everybody changes their mind. Right now, they're tired. But in February, when everything is bright and new, things change. Yeah, so you know. Look, we shouldn't. Deal is wonderful. Brooklyn is wonderful. There's more than enough of both of us. So
tell us about your son.
Who was over in July before this was just
that's what my leg is coming to.
Yes.
I'm Nathan Batesh's father.
Exactly.
Batesh.
I'm trying to get him into the YMSL for many years. He's had some waking up issues. Even when he lived in Brooklyn and he played in the Brooklyn League, there's some issues. What's he been up to nowadays? Where's he been playing?
He plays in the city, Central Park League. He plays, I think, in 1 or 2.
Look, 3D. 3D. We're in 3D now.
We're having technical issues, excuse me. But
And then
he plays
Bobby's
in the
like, what the
city,
hell is he
Central
doing?
Park League, good league, some damn good players, and he just doesn't want to run to Brooklyn or deal right now on a Sunday when he can just walk to his game
Listen, I don't blame
in Central Park. So. But he might be coming back to Brooklyn very soon.
Oh, do I hear
does come
some?
to Brooklyn.
Boys, the shish kebab's out.
He had
It's
a baby
it's
girl.
the item of the night.
very good.
My
Good.
granddaughter.
Everybody grab a shish
The
kebab.
first one?
Kebab.
It's beautiful.
Baby duet, you all right?
Finally, a grandchild to match the gray hair. Just delivered to you.
There you go.
But how many grandfathers are in the leagues? There aren't many.
Not many. Marty Jamal, maybe, but he's not even a player anymore.
He just sits on the.
No, Marty pitched this year. Marty had a couple of at-bats. He pitched against my team in the blowout game.
Did he have real at-bats? I like Hazid.
He brought up the
Chucky
wooden
Batty,
bat.
the only one.
Chucky Batty.
Chucky Batty.
Considerably older than himself, but really nobody in that age.
I'm not that old.
I'm saying much
Chucky
older
is
than you.
old. Chucky is old.
So,
Then again, anybody older than me is old. So.
all right, well, anyway, there's been rumblings also. Jackie Haddon might make a return next year with his son, Charles. Yeah.
Nothing better. I'm sorry to interrupt, but nothing
All right.
better than being able to play ball with
Yeah.
my son. I did it for about 7-8 years in the league.
No. Why? You want to
It's a double-edged sword.
Get Zach up there already.
But,
Interview this guy. Come on. Guy's an MVP.
If you're winning and
MVP of the
everything is
league, you
working
gotta
great,
interview.
it's the greatest thing in the world. If there are issues,
The chow is in
it's
the house.
the worst
Did you
thing in the world.
Oh, boy.
Hey, can I get you a plate? Louis, did you eat?
Thank
Did you eat?
Stevie
Bobby,
Curry,
having some hecklers.
Can I get you some chow?
interrupting
Can I
the
make
on-air
you-
performance?
They're all sketch
We're
mics.
having hecklers here, Bobby.
So,
You thought they were real? You were wondering how to wire it up in your league, right? How do they wire it up? I don't know. I can't get it right. It's all sketch.
sure, he's gonna go back to S's. The whole time it was sketch microphones with such dibs.
We spent $6,000 on a system.
Half the budget went to microphones.
Well, there you have it, folks. Commissioner of the Cactus League, Louis Patash, generous enough with his time to join us here.
And you got this guy running the whole thing. What do you think? He's 14 years old. He took barely bar mitzvah. The guy's running the whole show.
We hired Spielberg to do it.
We hired Bale.
Louis Patash, very gracious of you to join us. A pleasure indeed.
Pleasure.
And we look forward to
If I do want to come to Dealham, I am.
100%.
welcome.
Always,
On
always
Nice
open
to know.
arms. We always remember you
You
are
got
a
3
deal
minutes.
guy.
Then people.
1976.
So you have to be the director.
George
It's the
Chandler.
35th
35
anniversary.
years ago. Wow.
Great story on the origin of the league,
me
though.
Yeah,
to know.
Chow was outrageous, by the way.
Good to know.
built from there. Thank you very much. Now we got MVP of the postseason, Mr. A.B. Saka.
A.B. Saka.
job,
Woo,
bud.
woo, 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 woo.
About time. I'm so old I played with his dad. That's all.
And Bobby, the star-studded crowd, continues to impress here. We have A.B. Saka with the celebratory cigar.
He had,
He had the
I know you
cigar.
made numerous appearances today on the
bring it
fan,
out?
ESPN. Thank you for a few minutes.
Boomer and Carton were a little rough this morning, but it was good.
He was on Regis and Kelly as well this morning, and I think he's on Letterman later tonight as well. So
Yes, correct.
thank you for squeezing us in here.
Flying me into LA.
Right. No, Letterman's in New York.
Letterman's New York.
Yeah, don't go to LA.
I'm wearing my poofy shirt, a la Seinfeld.
Right.
AB, what a postseason you had. Really, the regular season just kept getting better, but the postseason, you were lights out. And, you know, we talked about it the last few weeks. Clearly, we feel you've become the best pitcher in the league. You know, not just because of your age, but just with your bat and your defense has been outstanding. You know, so really, you should be very proud of the way you've come the last few years.
Yes. Actually, if you remember a couple of years ago, Bobby, the league was a little stranded or strapped for pitchers, and you made a fall league. And I told you, Bobby, I know we're strapped for pitchers. Maybe I'll give pitching a try. You said, okay, I don't know if I throw you right in the mix. I'm making a fall league. Pitch in the fall league, see how you do. And since then, I guess as they say, it's been history. I think I've been pitching for about 4 or 5 years now, and every year I feel I get stronger and stronger. 2 years ago, I actually won the league. Last year was kind of a down year. A lot of people said, you know, when you lose, it's very easy for a lot of people to say, oh, it was a fluke. Maybe he's not that good. But I guess this year I came out with a little bit of a vengeance. I was the 5th pitcher taken. I kind of took it to heart a little bit, being that the 4 guys, actually 3 of the 4 guys picked ahead of me don't even bat. And to me, if you take somebody with that high of a pick, in my mind, you got to be a hitter. You can't be one-dimensional. So I take my hitting, I take it to heart. I didn't have that great of a hitting year in the regular season, but come postseason when it counted, I think I really stepped it up and I kind of showed what I could do. So.
Another thing, by the way, you said the defense, the offense, the fielding, all that. Also the stamina, because you get one of these older guys. There was a situation where the team might have had to play 3 games. I asked AB before, what's the difference? I'll pitch a 3rd game. I'll pitch he doesn't get worse in the 2nd game compared to a 1st game.
I like to think I get stronger as the day goes, actually.
There you go. So
if you look even at the World Series, the day of the World Series, I got stronger in that 2nd game. The 1st game I wasn't as strong. The 2nd game I was a little bit more comfortable. I knew the stuff I had to work with. I knew it was working for me that day. And I must say the defense behind me all year, there was a lot of questions coming into the year about our defense, about our team. Even before the draft, as Gabe mentioned earlier, we were saying, okay, how are we going to win without that stellar outfield? Because if you look at our outfield positions, if you tell me before the season you have A.B. Dweck in left field, Adam Shulman in center, and unknown in right field. Actually, before the season, it was going to be Leo Friedman in right field. you tell me that's a championship team a year ago, everybody would laugh and tell you there's no shot. When you have guys that are in the league like Jemal, the Jacket Batty, who's proven
Lewis, I didn't get you matches.
Try one of these.
I played with before.
Where are the matches?
Lightning, he gets
Right here, I got the matches.
Rank him as a center fielder, the rest of the league probably wouldn't rank him as high. But look at the way that the outfield meshed, and you know what? Just the whole team, top to bottom, everybody just played awesome. It really meshed as a team.
I think that's true about every one of your positions where you say who's playing that position, no one would list them as the best person at that position.
The only one position that I'd have to disagree with is probably Jordan
Third.
Renaud, because I never played with him before, and coming into the season, all anybody said was his glove is spectacular. I knew what Gabe Abadi was about. I played with him before. I was ecstatic to have him on my team as well. And the rest of the guys just really, I think everybody's stock rose this year.
Yeah, I think really you talk about every guy was solid at the right position. Nobody was a spectacular, flashy guy. He dashes first, he makes every single play. You know, with just nothing quietly does it. And but we talked about it earlier. Also, a big part of the equation. Played outstanding on base percentage. He played actually really good also.
I played with Michael in past seasons, and I must tell you, this year, as unselfish as I've ever seen him, really showed up. The guy, he played, I think, every other game. He tuned with Leo Freeman at short center, which, by the way, this year I think we've proven that Leo Freeman blows in the infield, not the outfield. The year before he was in the outfield, and I heard nightmare stories. And I spoke to him before the season. I said, look, what's the story? You know, everybody's telling me, you know, it was a little shaky out there. He said, I never played the outfield before last year. I'm an infielder. We put him at short center. He made a lot of great plays.
Actually, you have to thank Leo Freeman for being such a bad defensive player.
Because that enabled us to give Zach
a chance. He was so bad in the outfield.
Interesting. And the story of how Zach landed the job in right field for the season, put him out there for one game. David Asher, former the Dashless court, hit a shot that I think he's still cursing to this day, that Zach made some hell of a diving catch and make one. And that day on, I looked at Adam and I said, you cannot take this kid out of right field. I don't care what you do, who you got to bench, he's playing right field full time.
Wow. Now, we used to have another analyst on the show after that. His name was Douglas Dweck, I believe. He used to be a member of the show. He used to show up to World Series games also.
Is he the one with the son with the red hair?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
yes, I think I know him. You guys talking about him.
Loud individual, Douglas.
Is he in the playoffs?
No,
I don't remember facing.
He does not make the playoffs.
Okay.
Anyway, he
remember
pointed
that
out
for a few years actually.
Yeah, he pointed out as this run was going on that you went on a similar run your first championship year. That you won 4-5 straight postseason games. 7-0
in the postseason.
So 7-0 in the postseason that year, and this year you went 2-4. What do you go? 8-2. So what is it about? How do you elevate your game for the postseason?
Look, it's that old saying, when it counts, that's when you got to bring your A game, and I tried my best to do it, and thank God it worked out.
You know how ironic this whole situation is. Many people don't realize it, but this almost didn't come into play this season because you were very close to being named as a captain. Had you not had the scouting trip in Costa Rica, you were almost going to be a captain.
Correct. So. My brother-in-law Jody is still upset at me until today that I couldn't be a captain, because every year all he wants to do is just play together. And we haven't had, in 6-7 years, we haven't had the opportunity to play together.
So had he not had the bar mitzvah in Costa Rica, you might have been a captain, and this team might have never been put together.
Would never have been together.
Yeah, so,
there's no shot.
So it's strange how things happen, and hopefully next year you'll be captain.
The other thing I have to attribute to my season, and Adam's right there reminding me of it. It's as a pitcher, it's very important to have a catcher that keeps you in rhythm. And with Ira, we call him Papa Schulman. So what's his real name? Ira. Ira Schulman. every time just gave me the ball back, stayed down, got it to me. I don't think I ever had to jump, flinch, move, bend to get the ball. Came back to me in perfect rhythm. And
that's when he was there, when he didn't have bris.
When he was there, yeah. When he was there, he didn't have bris bar mitzvah. He looked at me one week. He actually told me, he goes,
birthday parties.
He goes, listen, I like you so much. I consider you one of my 18 sons. You know?
Well, he was there for plate to plate in Game 5.
And I have to shout out because also not just because I'm in his house, but Stephen Batesh played one hell of a first base this year.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Definitely did. All around, I think our team just everybody played above what was expected.
Did you get insulted draft day when pitcher after pitcher, 4 pitchers were taken ahead of you?
I think I mentioned it earlier. Yes, I did. I did. I think one of the biggest insults to me were I kept seeing the teams that didn't take me. Going into the league this year, we knew that it was going to be top heavy, bottom weak. No disrespect to anybody that was at the bottom, but there's new guys that were coming in, unproven. And to just see pitcher go, and then other teams pass up knowing that the only other pitcher that pitched in the league before was me. And they just kept going. Maxi D turned out to be a hell of a pitcher. He'll be good. He'll be good in years to come. Leo Casson showed that he's going to be around for a while. The other guys, I don't even remember who pitched on the other team, so they didn't really leave a lasting impression. But it definitely did. When I faced Mar Sham's team in the playoffs, going through my mind every week was how they decided to pick Sammy Towell ahead of me.
Right.
And I heard after the draft that it was a big. They were having a lot of discussions on do they take Sammy Towell, do they take A.B. Saka. They ended up with Sammy Towell, and
well, listen, at that point they were trying to put together last year's team.
They were trying to. I understand the logic behind it, but in a week.
But a key to their team last year was pitching.
Steven Azer, yeah.
So if they didn't get Azer, they still need pitching.
Yeah. Well, at that point, they had to realize they were not getting an elite pitcher once Sammy Towell's name was picked. You knew you were getting one of the lowest pitchers. So.
And you know what? I think the gamble kind of worked for them because Leo stepped in and he did a pretty solid job for them.
Yeah, but listen, he was definitely he got rattled a little bit towards the end of the season, in the playoffs, and so everything worked out. I mean, trading down to get you, and all the extra picks, the team was just put together. And it's a tribute to Adam and the rest of the team. Just the chemistry I thought was outstanding.
And the other thing that shocked me is going into every year. I think after we won, which is 2 years now. Lisa Carrier tells me, Zach, I'm picking you. Don't worry, I'm picking you.
Me too.
I see first pick he takes. No, he didn't take a picture. He ended up with Brent later.
Lee tells every person in the draft that he's picking them. And then come draft day, I wanted to be, I go, what do you mean? I got taken in the 18th round. You wanted to take me? He tells each person the same thing.
Right, I wanted to take you. It's not like you weren't available.
Right, you had ample opportunity.
Him and Hammer and Hank combination.
But look, the run we had this year, we went through some pretty tough teams. We went through that Maurice Haber team that everyone thought we were nuts for picking. I actually was one of the people that told Adam, I want that team again.
Really?
Yeah, even though they had great hitters, I wanted to rise to the challenge because in order to win, you got to face the good teams anyway. So why not just do it from the start? And then we faced the Marsham, which everybody feared, and then we faced one of the toughest pitchers of all time.
Well, listen, they did. They went through Azer and Udit, through the 2 Hall of Famers, so they certainly not have a decent path.
And not to take anything away from the Dodgers, I mean, the guys predicted the series was going to go 5 and went 5. It was a tough series. The last game was really the only game that looked like a gimme.
Until that game, each game was a great game.
Yeah, the first couple were unbelievable. I thought it was going to be a 1-run game. But we thought you were the best. I certainly thought you were the better team. So
I think there were some doubters.
There were some doubters, but you proved to be the better team. You definitely proved to be a well-rounded, cohesive team. Yeah. You know, and clearly the best team in the league.
So AB now got 2 championships in 3 years.
3 total. 2 as a pitcher, 1 as a right fielder for Ike Deed, actually. Believe it or not.
What was the name of that team? Superstar? What was it?
It was Yankees. It was Eddie Michon.
That was a great
Eli
team.
Braha. I think we had Sammy Jamal from the leasing company.
Right.
Sammy Sutton actually at the end of the year ended up playing shortstop, believe it or not. That's Sammy Insane.
I think there was a trade along the line that you ended up picking up. Yedid. Was that the team you ended up picking up? Yedid? Joey
was on the team. Yedid was on. No. That was different. Yedid was on the team. I think that team was attacked.
Anyway, it's great to have you.
I would say right in there.
You guys do a phenomenal job. I'm shocked that Social Hate Bus not calling in, even though we're not live right now.
Right, we're not live.
Probably still trying to call.
Alex the Box probably trying to call in too from wherever.
Hey, thank you. Congratulations, and
I think AB, just like everyone else on this team, is going to be drafted higher next year than they were drafted this year. If you look at next year's draft, and look at the Griffin roster, is there anyone that's not going to move up?
Well, he's definitely, we talked about him being first rounder. Jordy, I
Look at
can't
that right
game
field,
about
man.
Oh no, forget it. He's 11th round. He's gonna go 6th round maybe.
AB Dweck was solid. Gabe was great. Everybody on the team from A to Z. They had a great draft and great trades early on.
But certain guys always stay in the same round. Steven Matesh, no matter what he does, 8th, 9th round pick. It's amazing, you know. Certain guys are what they are. It doesn't matter.
Steven Matesh at defense at first base is so valuable to an infield. And the reason, I mean, that's part of the reason. Jordy's great, Gabe is great, but if you don't have a first baseman that can bail you out a few times during the year, then you can't win those Gold Gloves.
Well, you look at teams that did not have a good first baseman and how much, no matter if you have Marchand or short or
well, look at the Dodgers. They had Cheesehead Sabaga first 3 games of the series, and I don't know what they did during the regular season all year, but there were so many balls that he didn't know if he should get off the base and field it. Couldn't scoop anything for his life. Not his fault. The ball
and he doesn't have the height either.
Doesn't have the height. You know, it's very important.
All right now we get our final guest, Mr. Steven Matesh, the host of this wonderful ceremony.
And Sammy Towell is still the best first baseman. That's the bottom line.
Until he makes a barbecue.
Until when he makes that barbecue. Hello there, everybody.
Let's start off with that since you opted to start off with that.
I'm only messing with Sammy. I love Sammy.
Defensively, in the field, only. Taking the bat out of the hand, defensively, who is the best defensive first baseman?
I think you need to answer that question.
Who do you think? I answered it. Who do you think?
Listen. I'm not here to come on screen. Hello, by the way. I'm not here to come on screen and tell you who's the best first baseman. I think you gentlemen need to, everybody out there, the audience needs to determine who that is. It's not me to say who that is. It's for you gentlemen out there. Yes, it's for everybody to say out there who's the best first baseman. I just play my game and have fun. And you know what? I have to say one thing. I did win it. So, you know, I don't know who's there. I don't know who's out there, but that's where it's at.
What was it like going through East Brunswick today on the front float, along with A.B. Saka and...
You know, with all the underwear throwing on my face and all the bras and the ladies just all over me, I'll tell you, it was a wonderful experience. And that's my daughter. And it was a great experience.
And she's nodding no like that.
And it was just a really, really good experience, and I really enjoyed it. I wish I could do that again many more times. It was a lot of fun. Gabe, what are you laughing at? All right, go on.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
So Steven, tell us when this team was put together at the draft, you saw yourself on this Ashkenaz excursion. What did you give us your idea of the team in general?
Well, first I knew we'd be on time. I knew every time the games would start at 9. We're going to be starting at 9 sharp. No questions. There wasn't a question about it. Once I knew that, I got on the field, and you know, we started 1-5, and I said it before. I told you at the table, you know, that 1-5 lead. Once we started that 1-5, I knew we had something though. I knew we had something that we haven't had in a long time because I played in many years. And I never saw a team gel like this. We gelled. It wasn't, you know, the fact that anybody made an error, nobody gave a crap. It was very cool. It was relaxing, and it got everybody pumped up. It was nice.
That all starts with the captain and the pitchers. I think I
gotta give credit to Shulman.
Temperament of the team.
Shulman, and of course Avery, but Shulman being a captain handled the team like a champ. I have to tell you, one of the better captains I've ever played for, and he deserves a little round of applause. Shulman! Oh! We got a little.
Was that your first championship or
second? 2007 CTU.
Oh, CTU,
I'm somewhere in there. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yedid was my pitcher, if I remember correctly.
No, you were wrong. That was Moses.
Moses was my pitcher.
Yeah, a little different.
But I was
confirmed. He is on the trophy in 07.
Yeah.
David Franco
was my
was the
pitcher?
captain.
Jay-Z.
Who is the pitcher?
Moses.
It looks like you didn't have a pitcher.
That was
Moses Eastman.
I remember. We won the night that David Franco got married that same day, and he couldn't play that day. I remember.
Well, that was an interesting series because you beat, you were down 0-2 to Eli Bra's smackback team.
Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah, you won on Friday, game 3.
Correct.
And there was 2 games on Sunday. You won game 4 rather easily, and then Eli Bra made one of the interesting decisions in the history of the league. He pulled Moses 10-time champion Red Nestor from game 5.
Right.
Eli Braha pitched and got killed.
I'm not. I have to tell you the truth. I don't remember that as well as I'll remember this one. This one was a different win. It was a totally different win for me. I felt a little bit more part of the team. I felt like the veteran of the team, and I felt good, and it was really nice to have the young guys there. And it was nice. And I had my son in the league. What's up, Nate? Which was nice to have, although he wasn't on my team. Hopefully next year we're on the same team. And it was really nice this year. This year was really nice.
You're the first baseman, so you take the majority of the throws on the infield.
There's no question.
Let's talk about Jordy at third.
I'll go through all my players.
Let's go through the infield.
Jordy at third is probably one of the best third basemen I've ever played with. The guy, he looks quiet. Where is he? Is he here?
He's sleeping.
You're all right. You're okay. Jordy, he looks like he's sleeping sometimes. Right. And, all of a sudden he just comes, how you doing? Boom. He grabs the ball and he does this and he throws it. I don't think I had to make one bad play. I don't think I had to make, maybe if I had to make 3 scoops the whole season, I'm telling you, it was really, it was nothing. I mean, that's all my players. Jordy threw the ball. Let's move on to Gabe. Gabe is just, you saw him play. He took it up to another level. It was just incredible what Gabe did, and there was not one throw that I had to take a scoop for. There was not one throw I had to come off the bag for. I mean, the guy played unbelievable. AB, who's an unbelievable fielding pitcher, also was always covering for me anytime I had to make a move there. It was which made things a lot easier for me. Who else is there? I got Svi at second. Svi at second. Who actually looks really nice tonight, Svi. I just want to compliment your good looks tonight, Svi. You're a good-looking man. Who was my show? I had the Rishdi Lior combo.
What were they throwing at you today?
The Rishdi Lior combo, which they both didn't show. Notice our short centers don't show tonight. Where are you? But
let's talk about your neighbor over there, rookie sensation.
Oh, let's talk about right field. I mean, he knows I haven't stopped talking about him. I really believe he was the missing link. He was the chain that made the difference. Everybody thought he was the weak link, and he ended up being so strong out there, and he made the difference. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable.
Well, every team needs that type of player that comes from nowhere, that steps up out of the blue.
Excuse me, stop for a minute. Yeah. I didn't thank my wife. I just want to thank my wife for being such a wonderful wife. I want to thank my wife for being so beautiful. I just have to do that first.
For this beautiful evening.
Yes,
I guess after talking about other women throwing their bras in the face.
My wife was there. She loved it. They were throwing underwear at her. It was crazy. It was pretty crazy. It was enough there. But and Daddy Shulman, who ran that team, who ran that third base coach line, played catcher, was just incredible. He was a nice guy to be around. Some of these guys, that first time I ever met. Shulman, I said two words to 3 times in my life. And Leo Freeman, I never saw him before in my life. I don't even know who he was. Who's Leo Freeman? There's some dude. There's another. I knew we'd be on time, like I said.
But you were on time. Opening day, you walked in. Everyone had their name on cards.
It was 8:45. Everything was working perfectly right. We knew what table we were sitting at. It was pretty incredible. It was pretty good.
Now that's very interesting that your team came together so well, and you're telling us now you didn't even know Lior before the year. You said 2 words. Lior. How did you guys come together? Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you started 1 and 5 because
we didn't understand each other at first, and then once we did, we gelled. And I said it to somebody. I don't remember who I said it to. Someone came to me. Maybe it was Nathan Towell. I ordered my tile from him, and we were talking. And
beautiful tile, by the way.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. And
one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
NASCO. Now, so I think I told him. He said, "What's this 1 and 5 nonsense you got?" And everybody was calling us done and finished, and we felt like it. And I said, Nathan, whoever I was talking to, I said, "Listen, I just something's different about this team, though. We feel." We haven't gelled. We haven't found our rhythm. Once we find our rhythm, we will be in contention. And right after I said that, boom, we found our rhythm.
3 and 5, 5 and 5.
Yeah, he had an incredible run. It ended up being, I believe, 16 out of 18 or 19?
Something like that.
16 out of 18 was the number, and it was
just
unbelievable. I mean, A.B. Saka pitched his heart out. Go, A.B.! Oh!
Hey,
Oh! 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 So it was good. And this guy's shortstop. Every time I look up, I see another player. It was good.
Yeah.
What is that? AB Dweck? Oh, okay. He was all right too. He was,
All right, Stephen, once again, thank you for this beautiful evening.
I want to thank you guys for being such wonderful hosts all year, being on that show. We love it. I really didn't want to cry when I came up here, but no, it's all good. But you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Let's call it a day. Let's get it. Do we want to call AB or we're done with
Just
this?
a
No, AB?
final goodbye. Abe, get up there. Abe's black with all the.
He happens to look very nice tonight. He happens to look nice. He must have a date.
Let's get the whole team up. Yeah, why not?
He must have a date. Something's going on. Should I be getting out of this chair?
No, we're all
okay.
gonna huddle up.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we drink out of the trophy or something, guys?
Yeah, hold it up. Hold it up.
Wait. Before we go, I need to give one shout out. Flo, thanks for being the #1 fan. I love you. We're not You're the best.
Wow.
No
You're only
proposals.
dating. You're not married for 30 years.
No,
What's going on with you?
Hold it up. No proposals. Hold it up.
Come on, it's a million viewers. You can be heroes.
You can.
Woo!
So it's over for Anne Hathaway? What's going on? Anne Hathaway's us. Fee's in the house. Right up.
AB Dweck, get in here. AB Dweck. Here. Get behind the camera. Get in the camera. Woo! Important. Look at this guy. AB Dweck, say something, AB.
I've had a loss of words.
Let me ask you a couple questions.
No, sit, take it now. Sit
down for a minute.
It's your house. Sit down.
I'll shy away. Come sit down for a minute. You had an interesting year. Where's the mic? They can't hear him. They can't hear him without this.
How could you walk away? The wire would have.
You had an interesting year, Abe. Let's fast forward to the World Series. You were an integral part of the team getting to the World Series.
Well, I don't know about that.
Everybody was.
Everyone was, a very integral part of the team getting to the series, even to the playoffs. We went 1-5, and then thereafter, what was it, 12 out of 14? It was something
Insane.
literally insane. By the sponsors, insane.
Game 1 of the World Series ended on a double that was turned into a home run due to your aggressive nature on trying to catch the ball. Now, we've asked some of your teammates about this, and they said he's been trying to make that play all year long. He makes it all the time. He's very, very aggressive out there. What was going through your head on that specific play?
Well, the truth is, I try to be as aggressive as possible.
If anybody has not tasted the shish kebab, it's a must have.
You got to go for it. When you're running the bases, you have to also be heads up. A lot of the times during the season, I made some crucial mental errors.
Bonehead plays.
There you go, bonehead plays, and others sometimes they ended up to our benefit.
Now, when you went into the locker room that day after the game, you saw the Dodgers celebrating like crazy at the plate. You walked off the field. Now you go into the locker room to face your teammates. Were they killing you? Were they supportive? What was going on over there?
No, not really. It's very hard. When something like that happens, giving up a run like that to take the season into an extra third game. I mean, it was a heartbreaker for me. I took it personally, and my head was down the entire rest of the game. But the rest of the team, they were all very, very supportive, and they always saying, keep your head up, and if you're going to be like that, then if you're going to be an aggressive outfielder, then you might as well go for it, because if you didn't, you would have probably regretted it for the rest of the rest of the season. Who knows what would have happened? With Ike Edid up right after him, you had Nathan Zolto who was in scoring position after that. A single could have.
Right. Just so we're clear, if you played it conservatively, there would have been a leadoff double, man on second, nobody out. Right.
Yeah. So that was a little thing that I wanted to get around. I wanted
Don't
to go
forget how we fought back.
Well, the truth is, we fought back, and the next game we lost, unfortunately, but we came back. We're like, let's just screw this. Let's get the season over with. And thank God we came up with the win.
Well, they showed that the better team really did win. I mean, there's no doubt.
I think
the truth is, both teams were very good.
Yeah, but I thought you were the better team.
Good,
I thought
I give you credit for coming back. You didn't let that kill your series. You know, you battled back. And this team, the whole point of this whole thing and what we're getting today is that this team was somehow, without even knowing each other on opening day, came together so strongly, you know, so supportive for each other. Everyone's crediting Shulman and this one and that one, everybody. It's just, it seems like a very special team, you know. They don't point fingers. Every team in this league, and we know from the show, points fingers at each other. They call in, they say maybe this, that. They tell us things off the record. You know, this team not one time said, this guy sucks, this guy's ruining our team. This,
you know, it's funny you mentioned that.
Even at 1-5.
We should go to that game that Carlos had, game 3. I mean, he struggled immensely. But at the same time, you know, if you put any other player there and you're looking at Yadid making faces at you, making comments, I don't know who the hell could field in that type of conditions. I mean, it's impossible. You're hearing the background, you're hearing the murmurs, this guy sucks, we get him out of here. I don't know how you can go back to work after that. I mean, it's got to be positive energy for the guys to perform. I mean,
when you hear negative commentary in the background,
I mean, nobody's out there trying to make errors. I mean, it's not like that.
No, of course, but when you hear, you know, someone that's close to you, you're literally backing them up all the time.
I know.
And you know, you try to you give your best effort 100% of the time, and you hear like a bad comment, and it kind of gets to you. After a while, you hear that negativity, and
get aware on you.
It's yourself, so it's,
you know, that's why you see it.
It's hard to get away with.
Yeah. So anyway, AB, what an outstanding year! Congratulations once again, and
good job, babe. Congratulations.
And it's going to actually put a close to our Dashless report for the 2011 campaign.
Let's thank RBI Beverage, Ram Catering, whoever did all this barbecue, Mike Suicide Wings,
the
Heineken,
NASCO,
Gatorade,
NASCO Tile.
And let's not forget
our host,
Ricky Towell, right? Of course, and Albert Towell, the outstanding job they did all year. I mean, unbelievable production and editing, and it's been great. And Norman, it's been an unbelievable year.
Great year, Bob.
Working together once again, and we'll see next year. Looks like an outstanding, exciting year. And before you know it, we're going to be January.
The scouts already out in the winter. In the winter leagues and all that, Puerto Rican leagues all over the globe. We're scouting, we're looking for that next Zach Ashkenazi.
You can see people coming in from Israel, I even hear.
Yes, I did hear that.
From Israel. I hear my relatives are coming over. They're shipping them over for the next season. So beware.
Jimmy Malach is scouting. Committees. People all over the globe.
Multi-diversified league. And so, Norman, once again, thank you for everything. And Ricky and all the guys that helped, and congratulations once again to Grip It and Rip It. Right that time, and we'll see you next year.
We'll see you at the award ceremony.
What's the date?
The award ceremony at the home of Sherry and Nathan Towell will be August 14th at 7:30 p.m. Sunday night. Once again, a lot of awards. We're going to give out the individual team trophies to Grip It and Rip It, and the Gold Gloves, MVP.
Video of the year, all types of action.
And very big surprise we have. We're going to introduce that night also, so make sure you all come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Great job, Bob. Another great year being the commissioner of the league, the greatest softball league, including any of these defunct leagues, these cactus leagues, grapefruit leagues, Brooklyn leagues,
Tahina league.
Shul leagues, Tahina leagues, all over. YMSL, the greatest softball league in the world here. And we'll see you guys at the award ceremony and next year. Bobby, great job.
Thank you very much.